Hey everybody, it's Eddie G on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So, we had huge news over the weekend. Now, how does that news play into crypto right now? I think it hit the reset button for the Democrats. So, right now, the Republicans kind of own that crypto space, but there are still a lot of Democrats that really do believe in crypto. So, we're going to see how that plays out in the new campaign as it moves forward. But what's more important is you have people showing up into Tennessee for the Bitcoin conference. Supposedly, one of them that showed up is Elon Musk. Do I trust what Elon Musk has to say? Not really. Why is that? Because, in my opinion, and I said it, in my opinion, he has manipulated so many different things that it's not even funny, right? Especially Doge. So I really don't trust anything that he has to say because he manipulated Doge, but he didn't do anything with Doge, right? He let a lot of rumors fly. He did a whole bunch of picture posting and all that good stuff. Yeah, I just don't put stock in the guy, seriously. Um, so that's my opinion on it. Now, Citigroup's got a few problems. They're being fined about 135.6 million for risk management and compliance regulation issues. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, banks have it tough. It's not easy to jump through all of the hoops that the government makes banks jump through. However, they must jump through those hoops. And one of them is over risk management. I mean, that's kind of baseline. If you were going to take away hoops, this would not be one of them. Compliance, that would also not be another one of them that I would take away. These hoops exist, these rules and regulations exist to secure our banking infrastructure in the United States. And Citigroup has been found to, lack some control over it, especially when it comes to risk and compliance. So I think that they'll be going back to the drawing board and trying to figure that one out. They've already gone through major upheaval in terms of what their infrastructure looks like from a resource perspective. And I think that it's going to continue as they start to kind of hone what their approach is going to be. So hopefully this is just a drop in the bucket. Hopefully this is only, a blip in a long span of time and they'll be able to solve these problems. But we'll see. The other thing that I'm paying attention to is how do other banks fare in this space, right? And other banks are doing pretty well. So we'll see. We shall see. Now, WazirX, remember that $235 million dollars, it's either a hack or an exploit, one of the two. They're different. They actually are different. That hack or exploit has caused them to stop withdrawals. And they say it's because they want to do a deep dive, a forensic review of everything that's happened. And so they had to stop withdrawals. You knew that was coming. You had to know that was coming. Because that's like page one in the we got hacked playbook for centralized exchanges. Let's stop the run on the bank, as they say, and we'll tell them it's because we need to do a security check. We do not want to say that it could be because of, money woes. So I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, do they carry any kind of insurance? I'm just wondering. I'm just saying, some do. I believe Coinbase carries insurance. I think there are a few of the big boys out there, big people out there, carry insurance. And so we've got to find out, well, do you carry insurance? How long does it take for insurance to kick in, if you do? And what will it take to make people whole, if they can make people whole? And how and have you been able to identify the problem? Will you be able to fix the problem so that this doesn't arise again? Right now, people are freaking out. If I had a WazirX account, I'd probably be losing my marbles right now. Actually, I wouldn't be, because if I had a WazirX account, it wouldn't matter, because I don't keep that much in a centralized exchange. Because I believe in self-custody. I believe in, using non-custodial wallets for this very reason. For this very reason. Mt. Gox should have been the example. Then you had FTX that should have been an example. You had so many things happen. BlockFi, Celsius. You had so many things that should have been an example for you as to why you should self-custody as much as you can. And, this one is just another example. It's just another one. Just as, I mean, some people have to do, custodial operations, and the reason why is because they don't trust themselves to actually protect their keys. Um, they feel that either they'll get compromised or they get lost, and if you lose it, that's even worse of a feeling. If you get if your company gets hacked, if your centralized exchange gets hacked, you'll probably be you're not going to enjoy it. But the feeling that you have if you lose your keys, whew, that's a totally different animal right there. Completely different animal right there. So yeah, WazirX halts trading following that cyber attack. On the good news front, Japanese company Metaplanet, they're basically, again, they're following the MicroStrategy playbook and just buying as much Bitcoin as they can. Now they do not have the pockets that MicroStrategy has. Not even close. Not even close. I think actually MicroStrategy might own 100,000 more. 100,000 more? No, 200,000 more. Yeah, they own significantly more, like 1,000 times more than Metaplanet. But Metaplanet has taken that on, and you want to know something? Their stock has seen a 20% surge because they've basically created this new revenue stream just by investing. I've said this before. The example is best, as like look at colleges. Colleges used to make money off of, tuition, right? For the most part. But the larger colleges, I believe they make more money off of their institutional investments. Now, think about that one. They get all these endowments, they invest it all, and they just make more money. So the money they spend for education, yeah, they did, not a lot, drop in a bucket, no big deal. Something to pay attention to. So when I look at Metaplanet and they just keep buying, they keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. And you sit there and you go, well, where are they getting money? Well, they are a business, right? They actually are a company. But by buying Bitcoin, they're saying, yeah, we can store that money away and we can actually do better. I mean, think about this. At 245.99 Bitcoin, just call it 246 Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin went to 100,000, they'd be happy. Their stock would increase like tons again. So imagine they hold this for like 10 years. Bitcoin, they say Bitcoin will go to a million. Okay. That's 246 million dollars just by buying something low. And they wouldn't sell it. That wouldn't be what you would do. You would leverage that to get loans to build your business or, buy more Bitcoin. Depends. But it really does start to make you wonder, when these companies do this kind of thing, are they now in a different business? Metaplanet is in a different business now. Seriously. Now, something else that came up. So we all know that the SEC has been going after crypto for a long time. And I've been saying that you have other government agencies that are pushing back hard against that. The CFTC is pushing back hard against that, saying no. At least 70 to 80% of cryptos out there are not securities. Oof. That's not the first time they've said something like that. It's just the timing and the boldness of when they said it. Now you have 7 states challenging the authority of the SEC, saying, hey, we don't think you have it. We do not think you have the right to oversee crypto. That is huge. Now, when I last reported this, it was like 1 or 2 states that were going against them, but now it's starting to grow. It's starting to grow. And I have to tell you, I think that no matter who wins next year, who wins the election this year, next year, I think Gary Gensler's done. I think he's going to hand in his papers and be finished with it. I think he just wants to serve out, the rest of it and say, okay, I'm done at this point. Yes, you are. You absolutely are. Gary Gensler's toast. It's not a matter of if now. It's a matter of when. Republicans don't want him, and the Democrats probably won't keep him, right? Because if the Democrats want to do something, they're going to have to change their whole psyche about crypto. Can't let the other side, do that. So the two sides are now like in complete upheaval because of the news that happened this weekend. So I'm sitting back and I'm just saying, how does that affect my bag? It doesn't. It only indirectly and possibly in the future affect my bag. But does it affect my bag right now? No, not really. Now, as the world wakes up and it really starts to proliferate through the United States and people go, holy moly, you might see a pop-up. We saw a little bit of a pop-up yesterday. Bitcoin hit above 68,000, but I don't think that had anything to do with the announcement. There was a small pullback. I don't think that had anything to do with the announcement. It popped up to 68. I think you just had people that wanted to take some profit. There are people out there that are taking profit every now and then, and that's it. There was no big dip. Oh, buy on the dip. There wasn't a dip. Right? We hit 68 and we came down. I told you, we're going to stair step up, and that's exactly what we're doing. We seem to be doing it by the thousands, by 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, but we're still stair stepping up. So I'm kind of sitting back. I'm saying to myself, all of this is a very good thing. The whole thing is a very good thing. I think for business this week, what are the big deals that are happening this week? We've got the Ethereum spot ETFs that are supposed to launch tomorrow. We've got the Bitcoin conference and all the big wigs showing up already in Tennessee, right? There's going to be news coming out of there. I don't care what you're thinking. Before anybody was even scheduled to speak, you had a whole bunch of companies that were already going to do news announcements. Now, the question becomes, because of that gorilla in the room, should I do my release? Should I drop my news during the conference, or will it just get swallowed up by these particular visitors? I'd wait. They're going to suck all the oxygen out of the room. You're not going to piggyback on what they're saying. I don't think that's going to work. I think I would wait. I'd wait until after the conference. I'd wait until, at least until after they finish speaking, because whatever they say is going to overshadow everything. I'd wait for that overshadow to diminish. Then I would make my announcement. Unless my news is absolutely spectacular, groundbreaking, just everything, I would wait. I would advise my clients to wait. After that, oof, yeah, what do you say? How do you follow that act? There's certain acts you don't follow. That's an act, yeah, I wouldn't follow. I would not. I would let it happen and then, come out with my news thereafter and enjoy my limelight the way I'm supposed to. If there's no oxygen, the fire is not going to start. Plain and simple. So the boost that you think that you would get from your project, not going to happen. Most likely is not going to happen unless one of those people say, oh yeah, look at this. That's the only way. And the chances of that at $60,000 for a photo op? Yeah, nah. I don't see that. So you've got the good news from Larry Fink last week saying digital gold, Bitcoin is digital gold. Then this week you have the Ethereum spot ETFs. You've got the Bitcoin conference. And I know people out there are still going to make their announcements, so you're still going to have news coming from it. I just don't know that it's going to hit as hard as you would think. So we'll see. But you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the news. So let me flip on over. All right. And I have a little something special to show you guys. Check this out. I have a pretend account here, and we're just reviewing. This is actually the workbook, guys. This is the workbook I've been telling you about. So right now I have all of my coins selected, right? And you can actually see how much money there is in this bogus account, that's going on. You can see the investments, you can see the performance, all that good stuff. But then you can go and you can select, let's say, 1. Oh, I don't have any Doge. Ethereum, not too much, but you see what's going on? You see how everything just changes? Everything changes with that one click. Your view of everything is affected. That's the whole idea. Make it easy for you. Let's take a look at the top 25. Let me just update the data here. Make sure we have the latest and greatest. Yes, we're making improvements like that to the workbook. And this is still in the same workbook. You would have this. You would absolutely have this. So on the front page, you'd be able to hit refresh the dashboard, and all of the data would get pulled in and refresh automatically, right? So you have this, kind of pictorial view. Then my son really likes the detail view of the dashboard. This is a detail view of the dashboard. He loves this. He absolutely loves this. Ooh, gotta fix that. That's a small problem. That's all right. We could just drag that down. There you go. All fixed. But yeah, he loves this view. You get all of this data. And again, if you click refresh dashboard, all of the data pulls happen, right? All happens in the background. All you have to do is come into the purchases, punch in the name of the coin. Look at all these coins that we already have listed. There are like 14,000 coins that are already listed. Dead serious. You can find almost any coin that you're interested in. So you punch this in. Everything in gray is already there for you. It pulls automatically for you. All of this gets calculated for you. So you wind up with a lot of education on this. So the X factor, remember what that is? That's what's the factor that has to be that is used to multiply the current price for it to get back to its all-time high. And you can see for Toncoin, it's 0.17, right? But then for Polygon, it's 4.3x. For Shiba Inu, it's 3.65x. For Cardano, it's 6. Cancel. I wasn't trying to drag. For Cardano, it's already 6x just to get back to the all-time high. This is the kind of research that we're doing. And yes, we made it so that we froze the panes so that you always see the name of the coin there, so you always know where you are, right? But that's the kind of research. That's how deep we're going with all of this. So I hope you like it. It'll be on sale hopefully this week. Just putting a little bit more into it, and we'll see what happens. All right, but let's go here to 25 biggest winners. Actually, let's start with the losers. Start with the loser. Again, we just updated all this stuff. So let's see. Arweave down 6%. And again, my 5% rule says I shouldn't be paying attention to anything like this. I kind of roll over it to see, are there any names I might want to pay attention to? Like here's one, Pendle. I'll pay attention to Pendle to see what's going on with them. It's been going down a bit, so I want to pay attention, right? What else is going on that I would pay attention to? Notcoin down 4%. I pay attention to that. I've got a nice bag of Notcoin. It's down 45%. It's 0.82x below. It'll take 0.82x for it to get back to its all-time high. Let's see what else is there. That's it. There's nobody else that I'm actually paying attention to on the losers. Let's go over to the winner's side. On the winner's side, what do we have? Let's see. Celestia is up 10%, 1.86x to get to their all-time high. HNT is up 10%, 9 point, and that's helium. 9 point. Let me just bring that over. There you go. 9.82x. Wow. So if you have a belief that helium could achieve its all-time high again, that's 9.82x. That's big. That's almost bigger than big. So I'd be paying attention to that. Let's see who else is on here that I'm paying attention to. Solana up 4%. So again, my 5% rule says don't pay attention to any of that. Right? Just pay attention to see if they're moving big between days. And of course, at that point, you'd be looking beyond the 24-hour, right? But at the 24-hour mark, I don't pay attention to 5% moves. I'll start looking at bigger picture, 7-day. I'd be looking at after 24 hours, 7-day, 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, year-to-date. Though that's how I'd be looking at it. So that's something to contend. That's something to think about. What else do we have? Let's see. This week, who do we have? I think the big news is going to be no matter what kind of data we get. Yeah, you get personal income on Friday. You get the PCE index, core PCE index on Friday. Those are good numbers. You get the GDP on Thursday. Those are good numbers. But I think the big thing is going to be everything that comes out of that Bitcoin conference. So those numbers, I think those numbers are just going to confirm what we're going to wind up doing in September. I think the rate cut definitely hits in September. It's almost impossible for it not to. And especially now, it's like perfect timing. Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we're already into greed. It's at 70, not bad. DeFi Llama, we're at $108 billion in total value locked. Again, not bad, not great, but not bad. We want to start seeing, I want to see 150 by the end of the year. That's what I really want to see. Bitcoin, do you see this? Like I said, we went up steadily, and then we basically stair step from here. Then we went up, and then it looks like we're stair stepping again. And again, I told you, we need to be above 69,355 for us to gain momentum enough to consolidate right there and gain momentum enough for us to achieve higher than 73,750, which is the current all-time high for Bitcoin. So just saying that's something to pay attention to. Yeah, it's funny. Captain Banana, if you're listening, there's Banana. You want to know why Banana's taking off? Banana's huge on Ton. Huge in Telegraph, and that's the biggest player right now. So just saying, Captain Banana. WIF is up. So you see a lot of things that are up, but they're nowhere near their all-time highs. That's why we put in the X factor in the workbook, because we believe that's going to help you be able to make better decisions, more educated decisions with that information right in front of you, right? So that's a big deal. So pay attention to the new GMB X factor that's in the workbook. We'll be talking about that every day so that you have an idea about what's going on for a general coin. And we'll be adding that to other data in that workbook, so you can also look it up. Let's see if we can see what's going on from a numeric perspective. Bitcoin up almost 60% year to date. Ethereum up 53% year to date, not bad. BNB coin up 91% year to date. I keep telling people, you got to pay attention to BNB coin. You got to pay attention to that. Solana up 76%, almost 77% year to date, right? Doge 54, Toncoin 205, Shiba Inu 71, almost 72. I'm expecting more out of Shiba Inu because they just got an endorsement from John Cena. Definitely not a rug pull. Just saying. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for a small team, right? And then you look at Bitcoin Cash, 50% upswing. Near Protocol, 70% upswing. Pepe, 830% year to date. Now you know why I tell people to pay attention to this stuff. In just 90 days, it's 76, almost 77%. This is why I tell you guys, we have to learn to pay attention to these opportunities, because these opportunities don't come all the time. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if even better, become a member, because there are member perks that are coming that will blow your mind. Anyway, I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.